what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 338, and we're recording on August 4th, 2025. I am Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, join the SojuTalk Discord, and be a part of the nation. Hey, in the Afterhours segment this week, in order to kind of get more, we're gonna be soliciting hot takes from the SojuTalk Nation for some upcoming segments. But in order to be fair, this week we're all gonna drop our own hot takes, and you get to hear ours, and we're gonna talk about them a little bit. So that's where we'll start at the after show. So stick around for that.
That's a weird way to introduce it. We're sharing our hot takes. Come.
Yeah. And then I do have a big shout out this week. Our new Fiesta patron, Thomas. Hey, Thomas. Thomas, instead of signing up for the Patreon, he sent us stuff via PayPal. So if you want to contact us, Thomas, so we can get you with a Gochujang roll or hook you up with some stickers, please reach out if that's what you want. If you want to remain anonymous and be mysterious and sexy like that, you could do that too, Thomas. That's fine. If you want to be the mysterious man in the corner, that's fine too. You could do that. So shout out to Thomas, though. Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we got 3 big new releases this week. We have Yena, Being a Good Girl Hurts. We have XngHan and Xoul. It's a solo debut with Waste No Time. And we have Say My Name with I Love You. So those are the 3 songs we're covering. Hey, Boa didn't make the cut. The other thing that almost made the cut was, you know how we covered TXT a couple weeks ago? They dropped music videos for all of the solo B-sides in that album. Oh. There's 5 of them. So if you're, the Yeonjun one almost made it as well. That was, I think, in like 4th place. So, but it just missed the cut, but you could check out all those if you're a TXT fan. But let's start at the top. Yena, Being a Good Girl Hurts. She is from Yehua. Last 3 songs, Nemo Nemo, Good Morning, and Hate Rodrigo. But this one is Being a Good Girl Hurts. Guys, this is kind of like Gen 2 K-pop coded, is it not? This orchestral, whimsical sound is kind of a callback to me to like the early IU stuff. Warren was mentioning a couple of artists. What were they, Warren?
Yeah, it's got Sia coded. It's got Sunny Hill in there. It was a very popular thing to do in the late 00s to like the early 2010s, where you mix these melodic, but like also like sad, but also like very upbeat melodies with like a very orchestral fairy tale like arrangement. And like this is a thing like Yoonsang used to do. This is a thing like Yoon Jong-shin used to do. The most famous composer who did this really well is like Lee Min-soo, who wrote for like all the artists I mentioned, and like Kain from like Brown Eyed Girls, and like this kind of aesthetic eventually evolved into G-Friend, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that.
Hey, man. More people gotta bring this shit back, dude. This is like my style of music. Now, is this my favorite song? There's reasons why I don't think it's the best song ever. But I love the attempt from our girl Yena here. And, you know, I saw it, you know, I'm sometimes when we cover Yena, I talk about like, man, she's hamming it up again. You know, Yena's really doing some youngies here. But to be fair, I saw an interview with her recently where she was like, I don't really care what anyone thinks. I'm just gonna make the music I like, so who cares, you know? So I respect that. What was your initial impressions of this song, guys?
I like this. I mean, I think even before this, Nemo Nemo, I think Yena has been kind of striking a good balance of, like we say, being very campy and also like very cutesy, like very bubblegum, but still, I guess, a little bit more approachable for the mainstream. And this feels like that as well. I think, like we mentioned, this feels a little nostalgic for people that have heard this type of sound before. But even currently, I think, like even in nowadays, I think it makes sense in her own like trajectory and like her sound. So I think it works. I think the vocals that she's using here, like the vocal direction here, makes sense for her. And also visually, like for me, I thought the visuals was also really cool because it has that campiness, but it also felt a little like musical theater at times. I don't know what to call it. I think it had to do a lot with the live stages that I saw. Like the choreography was very much like propped oriented and a lot of involvement with the backup dancers too. So I think it's a good level for Yena because this makes sense for her. And I think it makes her persona as an artist stronger.
It's definitely an interesting trajectory. I know you said it kind of makes sense based on where you left off, where she has been very well known in the past for mixing like punk pop, teen punk rock music with like pop music. And then with Nemo Nemo, we saw that shift a little bit, and she went in the direction of like J-pop a little bit, particularly something that's a little nostalgic. And then, you know, I think that kind of falls in that aesthetic as well a little bit. It's like adjacent almost to the point where like if I know I mentioned all those names and said, oh, like mid 2000s, early 2000s. I know I said that, but like if someone came to me and said, hey, it sounds like an anime opening for like
that too.
Right, Magical Girls show, like yes, I kind of hear that
Shoujo.
too. Right. Like aesthetically, that's I think like visually, that's definitely where she's pulling a lot of this out of. So like a lot of that makes sense. Now the issue is other than the fact that it's like Y2K coded, it's not. They don't really share like between this song and Nemo Nemo. There's not a lot of things that are shared. You know what I mean? Like it's Nemo Nemo. What I really liked about Nemo Nemo is the fact that it has an aesthetic, digs really deep into it, and then brings in this really high energy, fast paced. It's a crazy sugar hit of dopamine. Like it's just. You're just there, you know what I mean? It's like sipping on 4 shots of espresso right there, you know what I mean? Like it's boom, 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 boom.
Dopamine. Boom.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing there.
There's like a viral beatboxing dopamine song, guys.
Oh, I don't know it.
You guys don't know this? He's the guy who performed the G-Dragons concert. Oh, come on, guys. You're behind. He went super viral.
And,
I don't know,
okay,
sorry.
I
was making a
Look it up.
one above your heads.
I'm gonna
sorry, guys.
go back to what I was saying, and dude, you always cut me off. I swear, I fucking
Concentrated.
swear.
It's concentrated. It's very like
right.
fast. It's
Nemo
like
Nemo
espresso shot.
Right. Nemo Nemo was such a huge hit of dopamine, whereas this relies on building a lot of melody. It creates emotions. Like it's like it's sad at points. There are points where like she's like angsty. Like the whole theme of the song is like, oh, like man, I don't like being told that I'm a good person, and like that's a very common theme.
Yeah.
In like your like late teens, mid teens, like teen pop music, right? And like that fits in with tracks like, for example, I'm gonna call it Hate XX, you know, the one we don't talk about anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm referring to?
Which one was that?
Hate XX. Hate Rodrigo.
Hate XX.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You made me say it. God damn it, Anita.
Sorry.
You know, but like, yeah, it fits. So like aesthetically, it fits in, and like thematically, the lyrics do portray some level of like that narrative there, and I really enjoy that, and that's like partially, you know, displayed in the music video as well. But like, if I think about this song, I don't know if the song itself is doing a lot to like build all those emotions, and you end up with this 2-minute 47 seconds, something like that, where it feels very rushed. It feels like all the transitions are just kind of very abrupt. It's one of those choruses where it felt like it would make sense to repeat 2 times. That didn't happen. You just have a very abrupt transition into the post-chorus, which is cute. That da-da-da-da-da. Like that's a very cute melody. It works, but like
it kills the song. In my
right.
opinion.
It feels like
really? Okay.
it feels like watching one of those recent Marvel movies that needs to be under 2 hours, and like it just goes through all those story beats one by one because it kind of has to. It's Russian, you know what I mean? This is one of those tracks that would really benefit from being like 4 minutes. Like
Yeah.
You and I is 4 minutes. You know, like
We need to build the storyline, the
right.
rising action, falling action.
Right.
Yeah.
It needs a proper up and down and like dynamics in the song, but like I don't know. I recognize that that's That's a lot to ask in this current era of K-pop. So like, I'm putting that on my wish list. But to put a positive period on that, I do think it's another very unique twist on like a trend that's popular, and like I have to say, like I was impressed by like the novelty and like the creativeness of like, oh, let's try to bring that kind of aesthetic back, particularly something that it feels like it's not like, it's familiar to me, it's familiar to Doug, it's familiar to Anita, right? But like, I don't know, to like a younger audience, probably not. They probably haven't heard You and I by IU. Like, let's be honest, that's not her biggest hit. It's my favorite song from her. Damn, but like...
Oh, what do you mean it's the best song from her? It's always been my take.
Okay, I like You and I too. I like You and I too.
You know I've said this the entire time I've known you. You and I is the best song she's made.
I like You and I like Red Shoes. I like Good Day. I like Nagging. I like all of IU's early songs. But for like someone who's like grown up listening to 8, probably not.
I mean, they don't even know some of these songs, dude.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. You're just making my point better. Yeah, no, exactly.
No, here's the problem with the la 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 las.
Oh, okay.
It's just phoned in, is it not?
No.
Like
what do you mean?
It's
that
just
section, like the post chorus.
It would have been, so that's the type of sound effects, is la 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 part, where it's like, it should have been a transitional piece, not a main piece, if that makes any sense. Where you could have done that between like the first chorus into the second verse, and we just threw it there. But the fact that it comes back many times, I think, kind of takes away the novelty of it.
Only came back. It happened in the song about 3 times.
I think that's 2 times too many. I think we could have used it once.
Oh. Okay, I don't know.
That's honestly my take.
That's your hot take of the day, Doug Day.
It's not even a hot take. I just don't think it's that good.
I think if the song was longer, we wouldn't feel like it's too much.
Right.
That might be it as well.
Yeah.
That might be it as well.
It's too compact, so you just hear it more often, more closer together. I didn't mind it. I think it made sense to me to have that sort of section, maybe because I kind of expected that for this sort of sound. Like
Same.
To me, it felt like, oh yeah, this kind of makes sense for this genre to have a sort of like repetition thing happening. That's not necessarily like lyrics or anything. It's just more like a motif. I didn't mind it, but
Same.
yeah, I can see how it could be a little repetitive since the song is so short.
It should take up, like ratio wise, take up a little less in the song, but because we're kicking out the proper transitions and taking time with chorus, because we're doing all of that, you know, like we're not doing any of that. It's like, oh, okay, it needs to be the intro. Okay, put it there. It needs to be the transition. Okay, squish it in. It's got to be the outro because the main motif. Okay, squish it in. Like it's not giving it room to breathe. And this is the kind of sound that would really benefit from like a little bit of breathing room, whereas Nemo Nemo is able to benefit off of being less than 3 minutes because it's so high energy, it's fast paced, right? It's that song makes sense to have it be like 2 minute whatever it is. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Can I say something else about the la 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 part?
2 minute 58. Yeah.
Yes,
what's up?
yes.
It's not that I hate the la 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 part. I feel that one of the staples of these types of songs, when they have orchestral motifs and stuff like that, is at some point in the song, I think that at least there or somewhere else, we needed more of an instrumental section as a transition.
Nah, we see it's like 2 minute 48 seconds, dude. We don't do that anymore.
We didn't have time.
We don't have time.
You know what I mean? Like the IU song has an instrumental transition, and it's great.
Yes,
right.
Yeah. I understand what you mean.
I think that this song would have benefited so much by having that. I think it would have benefited.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like a proper intro, proper outro.
So
have the chorus
I guess my take is, if we're gonna commit to this old sound, bring back the structure of those old sounds. Don't try to shove the old sounds and the style into a modern day short song. I just don't think that works.
See, personally, I agree with you, but like, who knows? Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, I still like this song because it is evocative of those types of songs that I fell in love with K-pop with back then, right? But at the same time, like, I don't know. Do we like Yena going princess mode? Is this a good like an anime princess power up magical girl thing? Do we like this concept?
Like it, yeah.
Do we think she should continue down this road?
I think I think she could. Because I feel like this wasn't really. I mean, this was emotional, but you could go even more. Like I think this was more like maybe testing waters, kind of seeing if this would fit with her sound discography, like what the general audience reception might be. But I don't know. I think there's more to explore with the sound, and I don't know. To me, it feels like the way it was presented, I'm intrigued in Yena doing it more. But like I agree. I think it should be done maybe a little bit more. Like if we're going with this sound, let's commit more to like the actual like expanded the structure, like the time. I don't know. I think it makes sense for her to do it again. To me, I don't mind this. I like this.
One thing that's in my mind about while I'm evaluating whether this is a good direction for her or not is whether this is suitable for her. And I kind of go back and forth on that, where I do think like aesthetically she pulls this off really well. Like there are moments in the song where I feel like it's really fun, it's cutesy, it's bouncy, it's a great display showcase of what Yena is really able to do. But on the other hand, I also feel like this probably isn't the best utilization of her voice, where she has a little bit lower of a range and has a very huskier voice
notes.
tone, and she plays around that. She goes around that a little bit in this track, but like when she's hitting those high notes, I like the way she sounds. But on the other hand, I don't know if I'm saying that because I like the way she sounds or because it's been a while since I've had something like this. I just genuinely don't know.
That's a good point, dude. That's a good
Could
point.
be stronger.
Yeah, like she sounds great. Don't get me wrong. She could sound better. And like if I think about other than Nemo Nemo, if I think about the stuff I've really liked from her, like stuff like, for example, like what was one of her earlier things, Love War with B.O. That was a great.
That's a while ago.
Right, that was a minute ago. It was a great use of her voice tone. But like aesthetic wise, this worked way better than that track. You know what I mean? Like it's in a weird dilemma for me where like
I think it might come down to the fact that this comes off feeling like 3% musical theatery. I think it might be a symptom of that.
Yeah, and like I don't hate the fact that it's theatery. I just don't know if this is the best use of her vocal tone, which like I think she's great vocally. It's just color wise, you know what I mean?
I guess what I'm trying to say about musical theater is like, when someone's in musical theater, it's like, oh, this person's wearing this costume. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't the essence of them. And to me, this type of song for Yena comes off as like 1% like, oh, okay, we're playing a character here, We're playing a anime magical girl here, See, and I think for me, that's where the disconnect like is 1% of this.
I think that's really interesting because like, as much as I just praised Love War, I think that in that song she's playing some other character, and that I feel like that level of difference is more, like it's a bigger difference compared to this track here, where like if I think about Yena, she's this bubbly girl who like, you know what I mean, like that I've seen on Produce 48, and like it's like this makes sense.
Can I make a big level take about Yena, like a high level take?
Okay.
All right.
So number one, so I'll preface this: sales of this are similar to Nemo Nemo, so we're doing fine there. It's not a big number, but it's a number. Okay. Here's something I've noticed lately. Someone who's been coming up on my recommended feed and my algorithm and their shorts is Cheon, right? Because she's doing all this crazy shit lately. Like she goes rock climbing with people. She's like, she has a very produced content on her YouTube channel, right? No like there's clearly, there's a lot of stuff she's doing. She has a lot of friends in the industry, and they all appear on her content, right?
She's not on my For You page. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but if you look at her videos on YouTube, there's a lot of content there. If you're a fan of Cheon, I feel like someone like a Yena who kind of feels like I wonder what Yena's up to. I think if she had more like side content like funny stuff, or she had sort of like a production going on, it would benefit her on the musical side really well. Because I think people would be more engaged that way.
Didn't she?
That's just my
Didn't
overall
she
feeling.
have one?
I don't know if she did, but not recently. Like, she hasn't. Like, she releases like 1 or 2 things a month at the most, you know. And as of yet, not that much. Not anything that's not like other than like a vlog of her at her concert. So, but I'm talking like side content. You know what I mean?
Oh, like a starring Yena.
Yeah, like, oh, Leanna's like, oh, I'm gonna work as a barista and surprise people, like, you know, that kind of funny content. Or we're going rock climbing, or we're gonna canoe across Hangang, right?
Right.
I think that kind of stuff would be interesting for her, because as someone who's followed her through Eyes One and now as her solo career, she's like a really inherently funny person, and she knows a lot of people, and I think that kind of marketing would benefit her pretty well.
I think another popular example that people might recognize is Chu off of Chu Can Do It, or
Yeah,
Chu.
yeah, like something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it would help her brand a lot, but that's, I don't know. I'm not like Yewa's gonna listen to me. You know what I mean?
Hey, you never know.
Yewa has proven with a lot of their groups that they're kind of run things with an iron fist. You know, so yeah, that's just my take. Because I want to see her do well.
Yena did have a full season, 17 episode YouTube show
Back in the day.
This was in 2021 through the second half.
Shit.
Third half.
That's a long time ago. Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a minute. But it was Studio Waffle, which is like one of the larger channels under CJ. So
okay, just my take. I think in the modern day it would help out. Yeah. Hey, overall, fun song. Reminds us of a lot of old songs, but at the same time, we did talk about some of the things we weren't the biggest fans of this song. So good attempt, though. I like where we're going. Let's keep going this direction. Hey, the vibes are good. Okay. Should I pivot? I'll pivot. Next thing, we have. I'm just gonna call it what it is, even though there's an X in the name. XngHan and Xoul solo debut. Waste no time. He is from SM. If you're not living under a rock, this is the guy who used to be in Rise, and then they kind of had some issues, and they kind of left the group, and there were all these protests for like half a year straight, and then they kind of said, you know what, we'll concede, he's gonna be a soloist, but then he's not really a soloist because he has 2 backup dancers in their own group who are performing with him going forward, right? So we're doing a 1 singer, 2 backup dancer situation called XngHan and Xoul. I know last week I called it kind of a Sutichi and the boys thing, but the boys actually did stuff other than dance in that matchup, I believe, right? I think they rapped a little and things like that. Did they? Did YG rap? Am I crazy?
For Sutichi, I thought you meant for the Xoul kids.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it wasn't the best comparison last week. But,
YG had actual rap parts. Did you know that?
Yeah. So So these, so it's XngHan in the middle, and then we got 2 dancers, and they're just here to dance.
Just dance. Yep.
Hey, honestly, for a guy who has this much pressure and there was this much fuss about the whole situation, and we finally have what we wanted, this is pretty good. Am I wrong? Like, I was kind of impressed by this. I thought it was like, I know he was in Rise, so it's not like he's a newbie by any stretch of the imagination, but I was kind of impressed for like a solo debut with all this pressure. I think they delivered pretty well with this one.
Yeah. Did you like the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
I like the vibe.
It was funky. Yeah.
I think I don't like to compare. It feels a little off to compare Rise and XngHan now, but Rise had this sound like with Impossible, like a very house.
Yes. Yeah.
House sound, and I like this. I like that XngHan can explore that sound too, because I think it fits him too. I think the only thing was I thought the chorus might have been a little too high for his vocal range. I don't know. I think to me it felt like we were just stretching a little. Like I almost thought like it could have broken a little bit at the end, but he didn't. He sounds fine, but I think I preferred his voice in the verses where it felt a little lower. But the energy was really nice. I think the repetition in the chorus was cool with the little hook. So yeah, I think overall I like the package. I think it's definitely not what I was expecting. I I guess I didn't have any expectations as far as like a solo debut because I didn't know what route at all they were gonna go for. Definitely did not see this like backup dancer like duo option.
I think it's kind of smart. I like that what they're doing there.
It's interesting. I'll say that. I think.
Did you like the I don't want to waste no more time repetitiveness? Were you okay with that? I don't want to wait. No, I don't want to wait. No. Were you fine with that?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. I guess my concern moving forward is that I get the novelty of the soul part of this, right? The dancers. I don't even know their names. I think I need to look into them.
I'll look it up. We should give them some respect. Yeah.
Yes, because to me, I feel like if we're putting them as like their name is in this, right? Like they're in the first line with him. I feel like they should. I don't know. Visually, I wish they would have been more of a unit, you know? Because I think maybe they don't have to have a line or saying or rap or anything, but
there's Kyohong and Yul. Those are the two guys.
All right, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Like that was fine. Like I feel like the dancing made sense, like the choreography, the vibe was good. But to me, I feel like if we're presenting them as a kind of unit, like a thing, right? XngHan and Xoul, so they're in the same line, they're at the same level. They're not really just backup dancers. Like they're also a part of the main performance. I feel
they're a performance group.
Yeah, they should have had more of a visual connection with him. Like I think even in like the live stages, their dress is a little different.
They're playing in the bubbles with him. How much more connection do we need, Anita? they're
right.
just saying.
Then I guess to me, I don't know what would need to change for me to feel like they're not like just backup dancers because that's not really their position.
Here's okay. I did a little bit of research. This XngHan and Xoul thing was itching my curiosity, and I did a little bit of research. And my conclusion has been that I don't know what the fuck's going on. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on. SM probably doesn't either. Like, let's be honest. Okay, here's the thing. They have photo cards. Did you know that? If you buy a XngHan and Xoul album,
the other dudes?
Yeah, you could pull their photo cards.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So then this reassures me that they are supposed to be like at the same level of like attention and focus.
But they could be swapped out for different kids next comeback, and you wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. And it's worded. It's worded like that's what's going to happen. Like it sounds like it sounds like every comeback they're going to switch it up and collab with different professionals and creatives from like different industries and fields and create it into more of a crew, like a creative crew, and therefore. The press releases are not calling this a K-pop group. They're not calling this a performance group. They're calling it an artist brand. XngHan and Xoul, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a band. It's not a boy band. It's not a group. It's a fucking artist brand is what they're calling it.
Brand.
Whatever the fuck that means. Again, I'm gonna guess SM does not know.
Yeah. It says the purpose is to create his own team. It will be for fashion, dance, music, and art. What the f does that mean, yo? In reality.
So then. And Xoul is just like a placeholder. It can be different.
I will assume these homies will be back though. I don't think they'll drop them.
Do you guys know about the Legend of Card? Way back when they debuted in 2017, they had
there was a Joker member. Right?
There was apparently supposed to be a hidden thing every comeback. It could be a hidden member, a hidden track. A fucking link right? to an unlisted video somewhere, like, hidden something every comeback. They stopped doing that after 4 comebacks. So, like,
I don't know. Did you think it worked though? At the moment, the 3 dudes.
I think it works in 2 senses, and these are both completely not related to the song itself. On one hand, I've noticed that XngHan fans are using these 2 folks to create chemistry and something to be a fan of. Now, Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware, but like a lot of K-pop groups have like duo names, chemistry names, like, you know what I mean? Like the
ship names,
right? The 00s, or like we like ramen, so like the ramens. You know what I mean? People do that. You know what I mean?
Minchodan,
right? Minchodan, the fucking Joyuris. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
People have started watching content that stars around XngHan and the two other guys, and they're like, oh my god, this guy is so cute, he put in this much effort, you know, meeting XngHan for the first, that sort of thing. So this has been a point, I think, where SM deliberately recognizes that this is a big selling factor for a lot of Rise fans, and now that is missing for XngHan, they artificially put that in. Something for you.
They don't want him to be too lonely. You know, they want you to have like a group vibe. I kind of get that.
Yeah.
Anita does it though. She's been sighing and going the whole time.
I'm just thinking about the whole mess that happened before, and like. Yeah, but I understand.
Hey, Anita, in K-pop, once it's gone, it's gone. Like, there's no 0% chance they're gonna reunite in this shit. You know.
I also think there's another underlying reason SM did this, and this one's a little more critical because I think it speaks to how SM views XngHan as a solo artist.
Okay.
I don't think it's the craziest hot take that it's infinitely cheaper to debut one person rather than one person and a crew of rotating two people.
Okay.
So if they thought
I was wondering this.
Yeah, like if it makes sense to debut the person as a soloist, they would have done that. However, they haven't. And now that speaks to me, they probably didn't trust this kid on his own.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. That's a you thing. That's a you take.
I've been convinced about XngHan. I think he's great on this track. I think vocally he sounds great. Dance wise, I'm sold. I'm not picky about my choreos. I'm gonna guess that SM looked at that and they were like, XngHan, I like XngHan, but he needs a little more sprinkle. You know what I mean? Like someone to support him. You know, like that's my guess.
Like the devil's advocate in me was wondering, like, how's this profit breakdown gonna go with these lads, you know? Like, clearly XngHan's gonna get, like, most of the money, right? I feel like
he's the front man.
XngHan should be a bro, and at the end of the year, buy both of the Souls dudes, like, some rollies. I think he should do that. I think that'd be a nice gesture. If it was me, if I'm XngHan, and let's say this goes well, we sell a shit ton of albums, like, I'm hooking up the homies every year, you know? So that's what at least I would do.
If you want to roll,
next week if we go even bigger, we'll get them G-wagons, you know, or Urises as the kids want these days, not G-wagons.
Wow.
Okay. They want Urises.
How very gnarly of you.
Hey, okay, yeah. It's not in my news, but this past 2 weeks was giant for like performances as well. I'll mention it during the news.
We'll get there when you get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Hey, I like this. I'm convinced. I like what we're doing here. I think the vibe was cool. They clearly were in like New Zealand or something. Wherever Kiki went in the hills, that's where they are too. It feels like
with the animals and the farm.
I think they're New Zealand too. I'm gonna guess or Australia or something like that. But I'm excited to see what he does because I don't know. I will preface this sort of like Anita said. Some of this does feel a little Rise-y. I know we should separate him from that, but at the same time, it's kind of unavoidable, the comparisons. But I'm hoping that with him as the main guy, and then we got the two homies, I think we got something here that's interesting. We're in a new era. We got All Day Project going crazy right now. We got the #1 song in K-pop being from a movie, and now we got a dude with backup dancers who are kind of in the group too. I think anything's open right now as long as it works, as long as the fans are willing to digest it. I think we're in that kind of era.
I think a lot of it hinges on the actual quality of the output, because like they could be crewing up, doing this brand thing, whatever, and if the actual song is kind of fucking garbage, nobody's gonna listen to this shit. But just so I don't surprise people with my score later, I thought the song's great. Like kind of like Anita saying, it's got this nice summery vibe. I know. I know Anita mentioned Rise, but like I was thinking a lot about like peak Shiny with like View-ish kind of an era.
Oh yes. Yeah,
especially with the vocals, the way he hits those notes. I'm like, like this ain't too bad. I like this. I don't know. Haven't been paying too much attention to this XngHan kid while he was in this other whatever group. But like this, I don't know. Maybe it could work to his benefit.
Whoa! I'm looking at the sales for this one. Right, we're at 88K, which you're probably like, that's not that big of a. But day 3, 4, and 5 are all under 300, which is typically indicative of they didn't print enough.
God,
So I'm
not
pretty
again,
sure-
SM. God damn
I'm
it.
pretty sure they're sold out because day 1's 53K, day 2's 35K, then we go to 200, 12, and 200. So we sold out. It sold out. Shit, SM didn't print enough.
I think that once again speaks volumes to how much SM is placing their bet on this kid.
Yeah, wait, that's terrible. Come on.
Stop fucking
Damn.
with your artists, SM. God
Damn,
damn it.
this thing could have probably been 6 figures, and I would have said a 6-figure debut was we're doing good, you know? Like people
That's
are
pretty
accepting
good,
this off
yeah.
the bat.
Solid.
Yeah, but that's unfortunate. We got like 50K, 30K, then 212 and 200.
Dropping the bag, SM.
Come on, SM.
It is what
I know
it
you
is.
guys. I know you guys reluctantly conceded and let this guy stay and be a soloist, but at the same time, come on, there's money to be made here. People are into this for sure. Come on, dudes. Hey, this at least SM. This ain't some novice BS. We got XngHan here. He's a real life human. We got real life soul brothers here. Like we got a fun song. You clearly invested in the production side because the production's good. We shot a music video on location somewhere, so there's some investment
We did.
here. I think we gotta be. Can this guy even go to SM Town concerts in the future? Is he allowed? Like, how does that work?
Better
Like,
be
He's gonna,
under the label.
he's gonna get his own little con, the Soul Con, XOUL. Be a
Hey,
soul.
overall,
Join the con
I'm not a
crew.
fan of putting X's in front of the names, but I'm a fan of the music we got from him. So I think that's a
Yeah.
good conclusion
Good stuff.
for this.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck, dude. Like it's a rough situation. The all of everything that was encapsulated in the last like 9 to 12 months.
Yeah.
But he persevered. We got a good song out of it. That's great. Let's go to the last song. Say My Name, I Love You. They are from Encode, which is Jejung's company. Last other songs, Shalala and Wave Way. And then on July 10th, 2025, Shui was introduced as a new member of the girl group. And it's very evident if you watch this music video, like the visual aspect. They're clearly, it's kind of fun to have your new member. Like, let's just not act like this girl randomly to just show up in our shit, right? You know what I mean? Like, let's just not act like we went from 7 to 8. We got a new girl. The entire storyline is kind of focused around us, like finding this new girl or cat, essentially, in this music video, and
Yeah.
bringing her in as a part of the group. I actually liked that vibe, what we were doing there.
Yeah.
It made sense to me instead of just like, yeah, we brought in this Chinese rapper girl and she's here now. Hey, let's just act like nothing happened. No, something clearly happened.
It was addressed. Yeah.
I think the big talking point about this song has to be it's a sample. Is that what we call this at this point?
This is an interpolation.
This interpolation
Sample interpolation
of
remake, whatever you want to call it.
Can't
Oh,
take
yeah,
my
remake to me,
eyes
I think.
off of you, which was made famous first by Frankie Valli, and then I think in the 90s by Lauryn Hill. She also had a song that used that as well.
Frankie Valli
And now
4 seasons.
Frankie Valli in the 4th season.
Sure we
Okay,
are.
let me make a really quick aside about Frankie. I'm a fan. I'm from New Jersey. He's from New Jersey.
Okay.
I don't know if he owes people money or not.
Wait,
This is a sad thing. This is a sad thing. They still like he's performing. He's like in his 90s,
Oh
And-
my.
and he's like clearly lip syncing the whole concert, and it makes me feel sad. That's just something I've noticed like in the last couple years.
Wait, he's 91 and he's performing?
He performs like full concerts with like backup singers and stuff, but his parts are clearly being lip synced. And the boomers in the comments are like, man, Frankie still got it. And I'm like, bro, like I feel bad. And the other half of the comments are like, y'all so stupid. Like, I feel so bad for Frankie right now. You know, I just wanted to throw that out there.
I remember
it's
he was
like-
on tour a couple years ago, but
Yeah, he's still doing concerts like now, and I'm uncomfortable by that. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about his famous song. The interpolation for the song, "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You." I think if you take the song on face value and you didn't know that this is a really famous interpolation, it's a fun song, right? It's a summery vibe. It kind of makes sense what we're going on here. But then you just come back to the first point I made. That is a big interpolation. This is a big talking point. But on a face value, how do you guys feel about this one?
I well, here's the thing. I guess I'm a really big fan of the original song, and I feel like like we mentioned, to me this felt like a little like, I don't know, a little too on the nose. Like this was like, this is that song. Like we have the same lyrics, same melody, like the very like catchy instrumental part. So I feel like it would be hard. Well, maybe if you're not too familiar with this type of music, maybe you wouldn't know of the song. But I feel like it's been referenced in so many other things that I find it hard for people not to have heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know who was saying it first, but you probably are familiar with it, and that's fine. But it just feels like if it was a sample or like a more creative way of incorporating it into the song, it might feel a little more I don't know, like more justifiable. But here, to me, it just feels like an attempt at a remake, like trying to have the song and like modernize it in a way, change a bit of the verses so that it fits them. But I don't know, I think it was hard for me to not associate like the original with this, because it is a big part of this song.
It's impossible to ignore because they utilize the main the brass riff, the dun 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 bum bum. They use that. They pull that out. They got the chorus, the I love you baby, da 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 da, and they have a couple changes to the top line, but like nothing too wild or crazy. And then they juxtapose that with like, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I don't know, man. It's not... Okay. I'm gonna be very personal. I've been doing like K-pop remixes for like the past fucking 7-8 years. I put out like one or so a year at this moment because the most of the shit I make, I'm like, damn, this kind of sucks ass. Make it, I don't want to put it out. This sounds like something I made on like a random Tuesday 1 a.m. and I decided not to put out because I forced something to work. Like, yes, I got the genre and the BPM and the sample and like the original acapella track to work. I got it to work. It's in key, theoretically, but it just sounds kind of garbage. And if you go look through my old jet lag SoundCloud profile, you will find those. I'm speaking from a personal perspective here. It really feels like at some point they were like, oh, it would be a really cool idea to pull out and sample that one song that everyone really loves and then pull a track around all of that idea, and nothing else happens in the drawing room. And what I'm getting is a lot of these random bits and pieces that feel underdeveloped, other than complementing somehow this one line from "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You," and it just decides to go nowhere other than here's a sample that you are very familiar with, please enjoy. And now, if you are a fan of the song, you might be now saying, well, Warren, like, this is not the first time K-pop has decided to sample or interpolate a famous soul song from like the past like couple decades. And I'd be like, yes, Red Velvet did it. I've did it with After Like, right?
Yeah.
But with like After Like, it at least felt like they had other ideas going on and like different melodies. And the interpolated melody felt like it was an addition, not really the you know what I mean? Like, not the whole cake. Like, I don't know. It really feels like they decided to give some sort of UK garage sort of arrangement combined with this, soul pop classic, which, mind you, is something every Korean person is aware of. Like, this is we know what the song is.
okay.
Like, that's how successful the song was. I'm pretty sure there was a variety show in the early 2000s that like used this song as like in the show at some point, like an opener or an outro. I forget. Like, I remember growing up with this.
So it's familiar too.
Yeah, and this was, I think, like the first song I heard on Broadway that really stuck with me for a while, like back when I was a little kid in elementary school. Like, and I'm sure other people have grown up with a similar experience. Maybe you didn't see it on a Korean variety show at some point, but like I'm sure you saw it on something at some point. You know what I mean? Like it's
been referenced somewhere in popular media.
It's such a popular song from like that era of music. So I don't know, like it feels like this was not the right idea on just a production level, and like once you get annoyed by that, it's a little hard to focus on like, oh, like this person sounds good, or like, oh, this person looks cute, or like anything like that, because the moment they start with like they start with the chorus, and it's like, you know, and it feels like I'm listening to like a YouTube cover of the song.
Oh shit!
Which, like, don't get me wrong, is not a jab at like quality. It's just I'm like, what am I listening to? Like, this is kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, at least there's a bridge in this economy. We added a bridge. I was rubbing my last 2 quarters hoping for a bridge, and there at least was one in this one. You know, come on.
I think maybe. I guess I enjoy the song, the original song, "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You," so much that I feel like I don't like hate this. Like, I don't think I'm like having a terrible time listening to this. But I guess same question I might have as Warren. Like, I wonder like why, like what was the vision going into this, and like how does it expand like Say My Name sound in a way, because this is not like shalala. I like shalala. I thought that made sense for them. So I don't know. I'm a little confused also in like direction wise, like why we went this route.
It feels so forced. Like you get to there's a bossa nova groove near the end all of a sudden. I guess it works like BPM wise and key wise. It just sticks out like a sore thumb, and like it doesn't fit. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I'm like, why are we getting I love bossa nova. Don't get me wrong. I love some Brazilian soul, but like this is not working. I don't know, man. Like, Doug, say something about Hitomi. We all love Hitomi.
And she's great, you know. Also, Jaejung's pushing her quite hard, which is surprising. Like she's the center of this group, and I don't think anyone can argue that. I even saw people starting to say this is becoming a Hitomi and friends situation. I don't think we've gone that far yet. You know, Say My Name's one of those groups where like, so they have a famous backer, right? Jaejung's involved on the business side at Encode. And the sales are good for this group. I don't know, this current one, it just came out today, so the numbers, it's like 30K on the first day, which is 10 times anything else they've released so far on the first day.
That's crazy.
Oh.
And for instance, the last EP, My Name Is, which came out back in March, ended up at 100K. And their first thing was at 50K. So this group is one of the few groups, they're growing in fandom at the moment, right? Which is
Trending
great. Trending upwards, which is very rare in this day and age. So they're doing well. I do think there's an audience for this. People who like Say My Name are going to be like, oh, this is cute what they did with that song. But I do feel that the bar to like this song as a casual, if you're not like Say My Name stan, is going to be hard because of the interpolation that they use here, right? I think that's fair to say. Because I'm like, God damn, that's what we did here, you know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I see what you did. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like we could be writing our own songs, you know, our own path.
I mean, you're welcome to sample and interpolate stuff, and there's plenty of songs. I'm a hip hop fan. I love fucking samples. I love Don't Tap the Glass. It's just please use it in an appropriate way that makes sense.
Is it just too on? It's just too on the nose for you?
Yeah, no, it's just not working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's
You don't You know the funny thing is, like, I've been watching Boys to Planet right now, right?
Same.
Jeju's kind of on my shit list right now.
Oh.
he's been acting kind of a fool lately on that show, dude.
Why? What's going on?
I mentioned to you guys I don't know if I mentioned it on the show, but like he essentially fat shamed the contestant on the show, you know, like.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a Boys Story was on the show. There was 3 lads. They performed, and then the Baekguyong, one of the mean dance teacher, he kind of said in a nice way. He's like, to one of the guys, he's like, you know, I feel like if you work on your physical, some of the moves will come off more dynamic and it'll help the performance. And then Jeju's like, yeah, you're fat, more or less, is what he said right after. And then as the guy's leaving, he goes, hey, Sachope, to the kid as he's leaving. And people were like ripping him up online for saying that, obviously, which they should, because it was kind of ridiculous.
It was a little uncalled for.
Jeju's kind of uncomfortable on the show because like he's the head guy of the C side, the Chinese side, and his trainings were shit though. Like Encode had had some Chinese trainees, and one of them, spoiler alert, didn't even make it past the audition. He got sent home.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
and it was so awkward.
Oh damn!
Yeah. So
that's
it's
a
just,
lot of questions.
Yeah, it's a little questionable him on this show. Yeah, that's just those are my 2 cents. But that has nothing to do with Say My Name as a group. I think they're promoting them well. I think what we have here is pleasant, but I think it's a little heavy, like a little too on the nose with what we did with the song. So, and it's like, okay, it's extremely hard to overlook, honestly, when talking about this one.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts? Go Hitomi! Yes! Yeah, that's... Also, Hitomi and Yena are promoting at the same time. There's been a lot of pictures of them together.
Oh,
nice.
That's a good thing.
Oh, aren't we getting like a I've come back in the next couple of weeks? Like, can you see all of them together maybe? Yeah.
Let's do it. Other big releases from this week include Infinite's Nam Woo-hyun released only. He was also on Running Man this past week, surprisingly. We had I Chillin' with XL, Extra Love, Icon's J, Obey, Zyker's Iconic, which was a visualizer, Sweetie, and Twice released Superstars. It was just a lyric video, though. Boa Crazier, Unite Bamba, Even, How Can I Do, The Boys B-side music video for Aura, and then we have the 5 TXT songs. So Yeonjun's Ghost Girl, Subin, Sunday Driver, Taehyun, Bird of Night, Huning Kai, Dance With You, and Bumgyu would Take My Half. So if you are a TXT fan, you are eating well this week. We got 5 things for you. But let's transition to SojuScore, the segment where each week the crew, Gochu Gang, SojuTalk Nation will score the new releases. Average score receives a 5. You need over a 7.3 to enter the Hall of Spice, of which only 6 songs have done so far this year. Last week, episode 337, we had Stacy with I Want It 6.44, Eve with White Cat 6.94, The Boys Stylish with a 4.38. Are those the songs from last week? Yeah, they were. This week on episode 338, we got the songs we covered. Yena's Being a Good Girl Hurts, XngHan and Xoul, Waste No Time, and Say My Name, I Love You. All right, the first song we got to give some scores to is Yena's Being a Good Girl Hurts. Oh, there's things I really like about this, including the genre. There's some other things that I thought were a little more lukewarm to me. Overall, I settled on a 6 for this one. I thought it was good, but not great.
Okay. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more. I liked the visual aesthetic of this quite a bit. I gave it a 7. I like where it went. Could it do more? Yes. I'm hoping we explore this a little bit more in another comeback for Yena. But it's a 7.
I also have a 6, and I think I gave essentially an extra point because of how this felt unique in the way that it went in this direction at this time and age. I don't know if she keeps doing this at this production, if I'm gonna keep giving out 6s. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, okay.
I don't know. Some of this isn't working on a very fundamental level, and I hope I get that figured out.
Well, SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They gave it a 6.15, and as a result, it receives a 6.29. You know, I kind of see that score. I kind of
Right.
see it.
Yeah.
Next one we have XngHan with Xoul. Waste no time. Hey, this is some good shit from XngHan. I don't know how the fans of Rise or SM feel about this man, but the song was good. I'm giving it a 7.
I also enjoyed this. I have a lot of questions. I think I have even more questions now about how the duo will work in the future. But
Damn, Anita hates
the
this
sound is
duo.
good. It's a 7. It's a 7. No, I like it. I wish
Okay.
there was more to it. I guess I don't know.
Well, don't get too familiar with them because they might get swapped
That's
out
the
next
thing,
comeback. I feel like we're all gonna have similar scores today overall. I have a 7 for this was out. Good song. I liked it. Had
Nice.
fun.
Let's go. Soju Nation and Gochu Gang also voted for XngHan's Waste No Time. It gave it a 6.41, and as a result, it receives a 6.85. That's a solid score.
Okay.
It's a good score. It's a good score.
Good stuff.
Finally, we're at Say My Name. I love you. I'm so conflicted because, you know, New Jersey, we don't got much. We got terrible traffic on the highways. We got Jersey Shore fist pumping. We got one sports team that actually claims to be from New Jersey, even though all of them play in New Jersey with the Devils. Shout out to them. We got some pork roll sandwiches, and we got Frankie Valli and Lauryn Hill. I don't know. It seems like some sacred song to be messing with here on some intrinsic level for me. That being said, I'm a Hitomi bias, so I'm so conflicted, dude.
Give an extra score for Hitomi. Take it a score away from New Jersey. That's what I would do.
I settled on a fact that I think that it's really heavy-handed what they did here, but on a base level for the song, I found it pleasant. So I wish I could give it like a 5.5. I can't. I ended up at a 5, sadly.
Okay. Yeah, I also felt the same way. Like I said, I don't hate this. I don't think it's not least listenable,
Gosh,
but
no, we don't hate this.
yeah, it did feel heavy-handed, and I don't know, it could have been a little bit more creative in its use of the song. I also gave it a 5.
Damn, I thought Nito was saying I gave it a 1. You know, it's just trash.
I've never given it 1.
Okay.
When are you gonna give a 1?
I don't know. Hopefully not soon.
Like what kind of song has to come out for Anita to give it a 1? Like it's gonna be the most monstrosity of a song ever, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. This did a lot of this ticked a lot of boxes for me, in not a positive way.
Oh shit.
Not yeah. I feel like this didn't really work. On a very fundamental level, both music wise, business wise. I don't know. I like the video though. I have a 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Suicide Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They gave it a 6.08. Kind of consistent this week from them. They liked everything to an extent. Although, I feel like this is a little bit of a biased 6 here, guys. Let's just be honest here. As a result, we receive 5.02. That is the score for Say My Name's I Love You. So the songs this week, Yena's Being a Good Girl Heard, 6.29. XngHan and Xoul, Waste No Time, 6.85, and then Say My Name, I Love You with a 5.02. Finally, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
We have a couple. First off, Blackpink with Jump. They won an M Countdown, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo. So they have a total of 6 wins so far with that one. And then we have TXT with Beautiful Strangers. They won a Show Champion and Music Bank. So 2 wins for them. And then finally, we have Wavy with Big Bands. 1 music show win on the show. Congrats to them.
Let's
Nice.
get it. Yo,
Nice.
this Blackpink Jump song is making a come up. Like, it won 3 shows this week. I don't know where, but it did it.
It's a good song. It's a good song. Y'all
It's a
should go
good song.
listen.
There are also a lot of videos of, like, DJs playing it. I've seen online as well.
I can see that. I
yeah.
can see that. Yeah.
Hey, this ends part 1 of SojuTalk episode 338. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
Hey, what's up, everyone? We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 338. We'll be back with... we're back with some news and events from the past week.
We are back.
I was about to end the segment already, guys. We're here. There's not much news this week. I think a lot of it is due to the fact that a lot of these groups had to go to KCON. And then a lot of these groups also did a SBS Summer Gayo Daejeon the previous week. So a lot of these groups have been pretty busy. But right here... hype to be investigated not only for tax evasion in Korea, but also for international tax evasion, transferring price manipulation, and tax handling of affiliated artists. So not only are they having insider trader thing, they're now being investigated by also for tax fraud on multiple levels, domestically and internationally.
Yikes.
Not good.
They're pretty effed, guys. It's not, I don't know what's going on, guys.
Damn.
They've been raided like 5 times in the last month or something.
I just hope this doesn't get to a stage where like it affects like the artists. Like right now, I don't think it have a direct influence, cause like it's not like Le Seraphim's dorm that's getting raided, but like I don't know.
It must be really uncomfortable if you work in this building. You know, I'd be on edge the whole time.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine the company morale is at an all-time low.
Let's keep going. So Thanos himself, Im Myung-un, has decided not to release a physical version of his new album.
Good.
I'm Hero 2.
Nice.
The decision was made taking into consideration the financial burden on fans and environmental concerns. Look at this man. He's like, the K-pop fans are kind of happy because now they don't have to compete with his physical numbers. But at the same time, that's a really considerate thing to do. He's like, I got enough money, y'all. Just stream the song. We're chill. You know, we're good. We're good. You don't need to buy anything. We're chilling. It's a really nice gesture, honestly. Just wanted to mention that.
The amount of kids that I saw, like when I was in Korea last time, I was at Hot Tracks, which is like a record store in Korea, like a chain. Yep. And I was there to buy a couple things. Yona's Kenshi. I was there to buy some rapper albums. I bought the last New Jeans EP, perhaps the final. I don't know. We'll find out. And while I was there, I saw a group of what looked like college girls. There were about 5 of them, 4, I don't know. And they had bought like 20 of the same fucking albums, and they were unboxing them on the spot, like in front of the store.
Oh shit!
And they were like, "All right, do you have this photo card? Nope. Okay, you keep this one. Okay. You photo card? Okay. Dupe. Okay. This photo card? Okay, we already have this. This photo card? Okay, we already have this one. This photo card? Okay, okay. Which one do we not have? This one? Okay, let's look for this one." And they were going through their like stack of albums on the spot and then throwing it away once they were done. And I was like, "This is fucking stupid."
Sad. Yeah.
Then I was like, okay. I left that and I was like, Korean people are stupid. Ha ha ha. And I come here, I go to Target. And then I find like IVE albums that have been like popped open. And like it looks like someone has gone through them to like steal photo cards. So I don't know. Don't make fun of Knet. Some of you are stupid as well. So
hey, when I was in Korea last time and I went to the Seoul, like they have an antique flea market. It's like a pretty famous one. I forgot the name. 대표 page. Oh, I don't know. That's a homepage. But there's like a big antique flea market in Seoul itself. Every single stand was selling 2 albums. Im Myung-un's and Song Gae-in, the famous female trot singer. Every single stall had just those 2 albums right in the front. Whether they were selling like typewriters or brassware or like antique toys, they were all just selling their albums. That's the reach of these people in Korea. It was kind of ridiculous.
I will admit, with like Im Myung-un or Im Hero, if that's what you call him, he apparently his like solo concerts are like a really good concert where like the kid, like by kids I mean like people in their 20s, 30s. They would take their moms to these concerts, and by the time they leave, they're like, I think I'm a fan too. Like that was good.
That's good.
Yeah, and he does like he does also smaller shows in the countryside, so a lot of people can show up and things like that, so it's more accessible to his fans. So hey, shout out to him. The number one comment was, "Bro decided to nerf himself for the next comeback." Wow. It's pretty true. That's pretty true. Hey, that's good for everyone though. Next thing, songs with the most perfect all kills in history, right? Number one is Ditto from New Jeans, 655 hours. BTS Dynamite, 611. Third place, Huntrix Golden with 463 and counting. And this was like 2 days ago, so it might have like 50 more at the moment.
Wow.
We've gone full viral with this goddamn song, right? It's crazy. It's like, I know we were talking how like Jenny might be song of the year, but Golden has to be under consideration, like special consideration as well, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
How viral it's gotten at this point. Speaking of Golden, so Isna performed it at KCON LA. They did a stage. It was a fun stage. Clearly, it was lip sync though. There's no way they're dancing and singing the high notes. Y'all have seen your favorite idols try to sing the notes straight up. It's a struggle, right? Very high, very difficult. Yeah. I doubt, as good as the Isna singers are, I doubt they're jumping around dancing trying to hit those notes, right? I just don't think that's realistic. As an Isna fan, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I doubt they were. No, I know for a fact they weren't. Other interesting things this week was like, there was Lollapalooza in Chicago, which had Twice and Cat's Eye specifically. I saw a lot of stuff of that. The Twice thing, they did some of the K-pop Demon Hunter song. They had drones. Like the Hun Moon is now sealed. And then the Twice logo was made out of the drones.
Oh, that's dope.
I'll find you guys the link so Warren and Anita can see it, but you could look it up online. It's on like the Netflix official Twitter page. They have a video of it. Yeah, the Hun Moon is sealed. And I could also just find you guys a link into the Discord for Warren and Anita because I posted it. But yeah, it's crazy. They had all these crazy drones going for Twice and making their logo, and even like acting out some of the lyrics to the songs the drones were.
Oh wow!
So it was a pretty incredible thing. And then Cat's Eye absolutely killed it. Like people were going nuts. I heard that they broke the daytime record for amount of people watching a stage.
Wow.
The Lollapalooza.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because their stage was at like 3 p.m., so it was in the middle of the afternoon, but there was a shit ton of people there.
That's good.
I also saw clips from XngHan and Boys Next Door. They were really great too.
Nice.
I know Kickflip was there. I haven't seen their show yet, but Wave Twerth was there too. That was a solid set too.
Nice.
So. Yeah, there was 85,000 people between 2 and 4 p.m. for their set.
Wow. For Cat's Eye.
For Cat's Eye
That's
specifically.
Crazy. Wow.
That's crazy. Also, we had KCON this past weekend. So All Day Project was there, right?
Oh, right. There.
How did that go?
People were like, I get the Tarzan criticisms, y'all, but it was like when they did like their Ment and their Talkie, he got booed, number one. And then there was another, but they like, I don't know if it was just the section this fan cam was taken from, people were booing. And then I saw another thing, they were doing some other like press conference type thing, and someone screamed, "Stop saying the N-word," really loud.
Oh. Did he actually say that?
It was kind of implied he might have mumbled it while singing some rap stuff in like certain video. Yeah, like he didn't say it straight up. No, he didn't say it straight up, but like but people were like, he kind of almost added it to a song that doesn't have the N-word in it.
Oh, I know what TikTok you're talking about. Yeah, that was
it was on the manager's show. He I don't know if he fully added it, but it felt like it kind of feels like he tried to there. Just add it in for the flavor. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, dude. And also people were pissed because he showed up with his distinctive cornrows to the KCON. I thought that was a bad decision. And I'm not trying to justify his actions, of course, but like, yeah, I don't know, weird decisions, in my opinion.
Yeah, a sticky situation there.
Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to bring that up. So KCON happened, and then the weird thing about there was also SBS Gayo Daejeon happened, the summer version of it. So there was like a summer big concert last week. I can't find off the record, I can't find a torrent of the live stream for that at all. It doesn't exist, which is weird.
Why do you need a torrent? All the clips are on YouTube, Doug.
I wanted to watch one concise full video. I don't want to make like a clip playlist, dude. I want to watch the whole thing, the whole event. But I can't
Stop
find it.
pirating in public. Do it in your own little private little zone. Don't tell me about it.
I'm only mentioning it because I tried to pirate for 2 weeks and I couldn't find it, so I failed, guys. So I didn't do anything.
Damn. All right. Well,
that's all the big stuff that happened there. So that's probably why there's not too much news. But let's keep going on. So there's that Apple TV Plus K-pop show. So we know the collabs now, the collab stages. ITZY Spice Girls.
Oh. Okay.
Billy, Megan Thee Stallion, Patti LaBelle.
Okay.
JO1, Kesha, Eve.
JO1?
Black Swan, Boys to Men.
Huh?
ATEEZ, Jay Blavin, Kylie Minogue.
J Balvin.
Kiss of Life, Ava Max, Jesse Glenn. How do I pronounce this? Glenn? I'm not too familiar with
Glenn? I'm not too sure. I'm not familiar with them.
Stacy, TLC, Boy George.
Huh?
Kepler, Vanilla Ice, Taylor Dane.
Vanilla Ice.
And they're gonna be K-popifying these songs in Korea. Like, these people are all going to Korea. All these famous, particularly like Western artists.
JO1?
And I saw some clips where like ITZY's meeting Spice Girls, and they're like, "Oh, there's 선배님," and I'm like, "You don't even know any of their songs, bro." Like,
I'm sure they do. Come on.
Okay, hopefully they do. You know,
They should know at least one.
Spice Girls was a fragment of the '90s, dude. Like mid to late '90s, though. They weren't even born yet. Those kids.
Their one song, you know.
If you want to be my lover, that one, yeah, I'm sure they know that one. But yeah, these are some wild collabs, and you know, Size hosting, Megan Thee Stallion's there. Like, man,
it's something.
I mean, I'm not gonna get Apple TV Plus, but you know, I might find a way to see some of this. I might check it out to an extent.
There might be some clips somewhere. Yeah,
there'll be clips, and then Anita will message me, "Doug, you got any clips?" I'll be like, "Here are the clips, Anita." You know, that's
I mean, on YouTube. It's gonna be on YouTube.
That's what we're gonna do. Right? Yeah. You got any of those clips? That's gonna be us.
The new album from Clips.
Hey, these are some crazy collab. Black Swan, Boys to Men is wild. What does that even look like? It would have been one thing if they brought back like 2 a.m. and did Boys to Men with them or something, right? And I'd be like, okay, that would have been kind of fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be wild. Let's see what happens. It should be fun. Next thing, so we got more Western collabs. So BTS records unreleased Michael Jackson song for upcoming tribute album.
Wow.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, so a tribute to Michael Jackson is in the works, bringing to life the songs he worked on during his time in Ireland. The sessions started last year, and BTS has already recorded one of the songs. So there's going to be a Michael Jackson tribute album of his unreleased stuff, and BTS is going to be on one of the tracks.
Interesting. I hope the tribute album's good. Like, that's always a risky move to take, to do like a postpartum tribute album. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're garbage. I really hope they don't goof this up.
Bro, Warren, postpartum means after childbirth, dude.
영어 hard. 영어 hard. 영어.
What is this guy talking about?
영어.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Postmortem.
Postmortem.
Yeah.
I get what you got.
영어 hard.
Okay, let's keep going. I got weirder news. Teen Top is coming back to celebrate 15th anniversary.
Aww.
Like, they're trying. They got that concert, remember? And now they're releasing music. And people in the comments are like, I don't know about that.
Well, you can find out.
You can find out Teen Top. Come on, and Niel, dude, that's my favorite member.
Just don't read the lyric translations because they're bad.
This one hit us last night out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Purple Kiss ending group activities in November.
Wait,
They plan to release an English album in August, continue their Japanese promotions, go on a US tour, and hold a concert in South Korea in the time being before they end the thing. So I looked up some stuff. They're only in year 5 out of 7 on paper.
What's going on?
RBW's pulling the plug. Yikes.
What?
Yeah.
That's sudden.
It's worded like it's a mutually agreed upon departure.
That's rough,
It's
though.
the way it's worded.
Still sad.
Yeah. Again, we're in the era of death to all mid-tier girl groups.
Yeah, we're in an extinction event right now, really.
Yeah.
I have more of extinction of mid to upper mid-tier girl groups if I'm going to
know.
continue. Everglow, reportedly to continue activities as a 4-member group with Iu, Xian, Aisa, and Onda only in the group.
Well, I mean, they're at least
So-
continuing something.
Yeah, I think they're leaving Yehua though. I'm pretty sure. So Mia and Yeran will now former Everglow members confirmed their departure from the group after the articles were released. Mia decided not to continue with the group for personal reasons, and Wang Yiran is still under contract at Yehua. So that's
Right.
they're shuffling it up. I don't know, dude. This
sad,
mid-tier stuff with girl groups is rough right now. It's rough.
If I'm like completely transparent about this, like it's a bit of a shocker that Everglow is continuing this venture. Like,
Okay.
don't get me wrong, like I like some of their music. I still think Bomba Shot Claw was like a great song.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm also aware that in the post COVID era, like they had like 5-6 songs. You know what I mean? Like they've been very sparse, and maybe with the departure from Yuehua, like they'll be able to be more active. But it feels like, what's the word? It feels like in terms of the momentum, it's like we lost a lot of it in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So this one is not gonna lie, I hope this goes well for them. Purple Kiss, I don't know, man. Like it feels like we were in a positive trajectory.
Right?
Yeah. Man, I don't know. It really feels like a lot of it was riding on the back of the last comeback with like Doremi. And like I'm looking at the sale numbers right now. It's like it's not great.
It wasn't great. Yeah.
Objectively, it wasn't doing well in the charts either in terms of streaming. So it's
rough.
a little rough. Yeah. It's
Rough all over.
yeah. I'm sorry to all the Purple Kiss fans. The Plories.
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. Like we're on a race to the top. That's about it, right? Like just the big companies are surviving, it seems. Or you need like initial hype, or you need to have someone backing that's huge. That's what it feels like at this point.
I mean, the word around the block was that like you either make it in the first 3 comebacks, or you don't. And once you don't, you have to then figure out whether you're going to figure out a way to make money and keep going, or you gotta, wrap it up. And I feel like maybe 10 years ago, that was a little easier. But like right now, it maybe isn't. I don't know. I really...
Yeah, it just sucks for people like us who are from like the older era where like there was a lot of fun mid-tier girl groups that were winning everything, but we were having a good time, Like Hello Venus, Rainbow, those type of Fiesta, those were fun groups, and they weren't like setting the world on fire, like Secret. But man, it's just not like that anymore. I don't know, makes me kind of sad.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rocket Punch. Just wanted to throw that out there, Warren. Shout out to that.
Thank you.
One last.
So next thing, so Haiki has officially left GLG and is transferring to Choi Creative Lab as of August 1st. I don't know what this is all about, but yeah, I don't know. And apparently, Choi Creative Lab, Haiki is their only group after A-Pink's recent departure. So that's it. This company's just gonna run Haiki.
No,
for the time.
They have 5 other artists. They have Yeonja Kim. Do you guys know who that is? Kim Yeonja?
I said group, not artist.
Oh, sorry.
Right? Am I right if it's the only group?
Yeah, they're all trot singers.
Yeah.
Like solo trot singers. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Kim Yeonja's big. Like, she had that huge hit with Amor Pati, but like, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. couldn't
Yeah,
tell you.
I don't really know what's going on with them, but hopefully that's good things. Next thing, Beijing Young solo debut. Finally, we've kind of been waiting for this since he left CIX. I wonder if they're still hype. Hopefully there is so, because he's very good. Next thing, so 2 contestants, Park Nuri and Kim Minjun, are going to debut in Identity, which is Madhouse's new boy group, the male version of Triple S, essentially. So this Park Nuri kid is the kid with the really funny moment where the teacher asked him, "Are you a singer?" And he said, "No, I'm a visual." It's that kid.
I mean, it was funny, but it was also hard to watch because it did not land well.
And he was a no-star contestant who got eliminated in the audition, but hey, he's gonna debut in Madhouse's group.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what I feel about that, but it's happening.
I don't remember the other one.
Finally, VVZ World Tour. With this very cluttered poster, they will be coming to places in North America, Japan, Southeast Asia, Australia, and more cities. If you're a fan of VVZ, you get to see them.
Nice.
All right, that's all the news. In terms of the songs for next week, newbie Kiki's coming back.
Oh.
Eve. I know Coyote, but people don't care about them. We got Novice. I care about them though. We have Somi, Key, and Identity. Those are the things that are happening.
The new group.
Yeah, the subunit coming out of the new group. So
already, wow.
Somi. I feel like we're gonna do Somi, Kiki, and with the way people vote on the show, probably Eve. But I think it would be funny to cover Novice though, low key. Just saying.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Yeah, that ends the regular show. We could transition into the after hour segment.
Hello. We got some hot takes. Here's what's going on. We got together. I've last couple weeks I've been feeling spicy. I was like, I gotta drop some of these takes. I gotta let them out. I gotta push them out. Gotta poop them out. But I was like, I can't just randomly do that. So I was like, Doug, Anita, do you have any hot takes? And they're like, no. But I was like, okay, whatever. Fucking give me your hot takes. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna discuss our hot takes. Here's the thing. Doug also opened up a channel on our Discord server, the Hot Takes Hub. Hot Takes Tub?
Hot take, hot tub.
Hot take, hot tub.
There we go.
We're gonna do our hot takes today, but if you want your hot takes to be focused, to be featured on the show next week on part 2 of this little bonanza we're having today, go ahead, drop your hot takes, and tag Hot Take Harold.
Add him on the server.
Yeah. If you don't know how to do that, you're okay. Just email it to us or leave it on the YouTube comments. I don't know. We'll do our best to make sure you are anonymous and we shield you off from like YouTube hater trolls. But at the same time, like you know, if you leave it in public, we can't really do that much.
And if you're dropping this take, whether you believe it or not, just know it might get eviscerated by the peoples. It might get eviscerated by us. You know, this is gonna be a take. We'll talk about it.
If you got some of the most hottest Carolina Reaper level take, DM it to me. Send it to me privately, and I will make sure. I will personally make sure not even Doug and Anita knows who you are.
Shit. Okay, let's go.
All right,
let's go.
I will start with my hot take, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is not the craziest thing in the world. My hot take is that non-jewel case albums need to be fucking banned. Institutionally banned that shit.
So by jewel case albums, you mean like the traditional CD where it's just that see-through plastic with the booklet and then the CD, right?
Yes.
You go boom.
Yes. Plastic, transparent plastic cases. Just regular old 5" by 5". You got the CD in it. You got the booklet in it. Maybe for spicy, we get 2 CDs. You know, like.
I disagree with this take.
Okay. Okay. Here is my reasoning.
Yeah.
First of all, I like to collect my CDs. If you look at my collection in the background over there, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. It's fucking messy because some of y'all have gigantic ass albums, and that's me not buying some of these gigantic ass book-sized.
I mean,
albums.
Your group used to give it in bags, right? Essentially.
Yeah, I still have those fucking bags. I don't know where they went. I put them away because it's too big and fucking janky. Yeah. Now, I've owned some of these albums for a couple of years now, including Twice, Cosmic Girls, fucking Girls' Generation. Some of this shit is falling apart. The glue is coming undone. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I feel like I've done a decent job of keeping it in good condition. And
I'll keep on.
some of these jewel cases, they're in good condition. These are not. What are you gonna say?
I think I get your argument on the uniformity of a jewel case where it's all the same metrics, but at the same time, like, post a certain point in K-pop, no one listens to physical CDs, dude. Like, get over it, dude. You're the exception, not the norm.
I never said open it up. I never said use your CD player. That's not what I said.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I'm buying something for the group I like and it's a CD in all reality, like, if it's just like a booklet and the jewel case CD, I ain't buying that shit. The whole point of buying albums in the modern day, in the last like 10, 15 years, is to get the photo cards, the gubbins, the fun book. Like,
you can still put the photo card inside a jewel case.
Yeah, but one photo card, I ain't fitting everything else that comes along with it these days.
You can put in 3 photo cards and like a nice little booklet. You know what I mean? Put in your fucking photos and maybe like a folded up poster. I don't know.
I think this came up in a preliminary conversation we had about this, but someone mentioned, what if we just sell that photo book, that photo card, and all the other extra stuff separately?
Yes. If you want to if you want a book with all your favorite biases and their photos, they can sell a photo booklet. Japanese idols do this all the time. What?
There's no recorded. There's like, unless we change the way that the metrics for sales are done, no one's gonna want that. Like Hanto and those other.
Well, no, because it's not gonna count.
Right, because it's not gonna count.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Good.
You think that's good? So you don't want any more sales metrics to be public then?
I don't. Okay. This is a separate hot take, but I generally don't like the act of. I alluded to it. I don't like the fact that people are buying 30 albums and then throwing it in the bin right away.
Well, my counter argument to all of that is, like, there needs to be a way. Like, I think I agree. It's bad that we've settled on these big CDs as the way to contribute to a group's success, right? But I don't see any other good alternatives at the moment, other than when a group tours.
That's
like, the merch is lacking on the distribution side in the West.
Obviously. That's why if we institutionally ban it on an institutional level, that pops the bubble and everyone comes down together, and therefore we'll be fine in like a year.
You know these companies ain't gonna take this, dude. Like, look, 17's not gonna want to sell 10 million albums in 1 year.
Look, you're still welcome to sell your photo card stacks and your photo albums and like booklets, and like, if you you can do all those additional merchandise. You want to sell t-shirts? Go for it. Anything. These jewel cases are the way to go, though.
I guess Warren is saying more of like from a collector's perspective, where like, if you're just there for the CD, the extra packaging, and then also like the extra versions of things, maybe it's not ideal.
I think that is the first part of my argument. However, let me flip it and look at it from a business perspective, because Doug was like, all this extra profit is going to go away. I agree. However, if everyone starts just making the jewel CD cases, imagine all the time and money we get to save not designing those fucking gigantic albums.
You think it costs a lot to make like 4 interns at your company design the album the way they do it in Korea?
They don't use interns. They use a lot of these professional graphic designers and like illustration designers to pull this shit together. It's expensive.
It's not as much as you think. Yeah, but for the big companies, I don't think it scales exponentially. Bigger the company, bigger the gubbins.
I'm just saying that, like, hiring these people, going through the logistics of like printing, making, designing, that's extra money.
I know in principle your argument is correct, but in functionality, no company's gonna go away from the way we're doing it now.
That's exactly why we need to institutionally ban it, and then they don't get a fucking choice.
No way.
I feel like there's a solution where you could still have like that creative output of that is like the albums that we get today, but just sell it as without the CD.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like you're still getting, I'm sure there's still going to be an audience for people who just wanted that photo book and that photo card and whatever.
I get
and not
it,
the CD, right?
but those companies are so like embedded in the system that they're not going to allow this to happen. Like, the
Oh
charting
yeah,
companies.
no, because it inflates the sales of
Of,
the
you know what I
albums.
mean though? Like, yeah.
And
It would
it's
be
gotta
hard. It
stop
would be-
somewhere. It's gotta stop someday. Stopping today, sir. Stop it now.
It's literally not gonna happen. Like, I think your argument that jewel cases, non-jewel cases should be banned. I could see what you're saying, but functionally, that shit ain't gonna happen.
All right.
It's just not. I do like your take on that though.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not suggesting the industry go this way. I'm just dropping a hot take.
I mean, I'm the guy who says they're not monetizing enough. There should be trading cards. Like, I don't know why we haven't. We already
yeah.
have photo cards. Why don't we
that's
have
a trading
boxes of
card. At
trading
this point.
cards?
Yeah.
I mean, we got companies like Tops and the Upper Deck in the United States. I don't see why we can't just like, if I always thought we should have just monetized these photo cards more, because it seems to be what people like in these albums anyway. Because there's our existing photo books as they are. So I thought, why not have like the Blackpink 2025 trading card? You got a 1 in 50,000 shot to get tickets to the Blackpink concert front row in that set.
I mean, isn't that essentially what happens right now? Like you get
album.
all these albums, and like it's like you have a certain chance of fan sign
Fan
events.
meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's only for people in Korea. There's like, you could have other
True.
type of cards like, oh, you know how sports cards, they have signature cards, or they have like, this is a part of their jersey card, or things like that. I thought that would be an extension of all that for K-pop.
I do think like all those like video call fan chats, fan sign events, like they become a good alternative for like the international folks. But
The idols reportedly hate those though, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
the fan
It's
calls.
hard to
Yeah.
watch.
yeah, I do recognize it's not sustainable. Yeah.
There's been a couple incidents where they thought they hung up and they didn't, and a hot
no.
mic, they've said like, yeah, 너무 이상해, like things like that. They're so weird. Like, there's been a couple instances of that, and they've had to BS correct themselves and be like, oh no, he was saying the room's weird. Yeah. There's been a couple incidents of hot
It's like-
mics that way.
It's what happens on Zoom calls. It's like how we're doing this podcast right now, and you don't know what kind of bottoms I'm wearing. Am I wearing bottoms at all? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
All right, let's pivot. What's
Anyways,
the next take?
Yeah, this was
It's a mine.
yeah. No, Anita's take. Go.
Let me preface this that I'm not an inflammatory person, so having a hot take
don't
was
think this is
not come
inflammatory.
naturally. But something I've been thinking about, and it's kind of relevant to today's episode, was that the charm of K-pop as a genre and how it differentiated from Western pop is kind of non-existent now. And what I meant by that is that when the songs that we cover on the podcast, and a good chunk of them are for Western audience, like English only tracks, have promotions, or they're intended for promotions in the West, in the US, or on tour or something. They don't really sound any different than what you might hear in the radio in the US. And I think now that this week that we covered, for example, Yena, and we talk about like, oh, this reminds us of like late 2000s, early 2010s, and like that sound, and I think like, yeah, I wouldn't hear that on the radio in the US even in the late 2000s and 2010s. Like it sounds different. Like I can tell that it's a different genre.
Does it ruin your enjoyment of the genre though? That's where like my upper level thinking is for this.
Right.
Do you like K-pop
guess-
less because it's more Western now? That's like the honest where I'm going with this.
I don't know if I like it less. I think it's just, how should I say it? I think it's a symptom of it being more mainstream now, where like there's a whole other, like a wider audience that I know that the industry is catering to now. Like they know that this is a market they're hitting and they want to keep that market going. So they want to be approachable to that general audience too. So I feel like I know why it's happening, and I think there's been some good content. I guess I feel like it's just different to, I guess, for the people that feel like there was something.
I need a yes or
more
no.
unique
Does it
about
ruin your enjoyment of current K-pop?
Oh yeah, okay.
Make a
I would
stance.
say
Yeah, pick
I
a
would
stance on that.
say maybe a soft yes.
Okay,
Okay,
there
it's
we
a
go.
yes. It's a yes. You
It's a
hate
yes.
K-pop now that it's Western.
Soft yes.
No, it's not like I disagree with you either. I do think K-pop has lost some of the Korean weirdness that it once had. You know, bad English, little funky sometimes, catchy, like cringy stuff that used to just occur. I do see like the overarching argument you're making, but the trade-off is the monies, though. You know?
Oh no, yeah, I totally get that part.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Your hot take is about the new trend in K-pop right now as an overall industry that's been being pushed the past like 3 or 4 years now, ever since Dynamite was a huge hit. And you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. I think this is a rather very popular sentiment I see on like Reddit every fucking month. Like just
I'm not
8
on Reddit,
days
but
ago
okay.
on r/K-poppers, someone said, "Am I just growing up, or has K-pop really lost its unique identity?" Like that was a thread, and it hit the same exact points where I was like, "Are you this person, Anita? Are you the person I left the comment on? I don't know, but like,
I didn't know.
let me flip this around a bit." And if I'm
sure.
completely honest, I think the real hot take here is that we're old.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're
I thought
just
about
old
that
now,
too.
is what it is.
Where like, is it more like of a nostalgia thing where or maybe I miss some of the trends, the sound that was popular in K-pop at a certain time. But I don't know. I guess I don't know if it's a whole audience too that might feel that, because I don't know if it's a sentiment that it feels that way too.
Here's the thing: the K-pop musicians going in a Western. This is a very serious take. All of a sudden, the K-pop artists going towards the West all of a sudden in the past like half a decade or so has been very beneficial for some of these artists. It's essentially given twice a second leg of their career. Whereas in Korea, exclusively, they were on a bit of a stagnation point. And if I think about how that's gone with the Korean audience and how that's gone with the Western audience, yeah, I think it's worked out for them. Does it work for us? No, because it's not something we grew up expecting from Twice. And like, it's a fundamentally different shift from the way Fancy was, shifting things around. Now, I have a nephew. Not really a nephew. My cousin has a child who is in her first year of middle school, and her favorite idol right now is YOASOBI. So not really an idol, but she also really happens to like IVE, is what I've heard. And she was like, yeah, like, and apparently I'm quoting her, not me. She was like, yeah, like IVE really sounds American, and that's really cool. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting take. Like there is the way this is perceived in Korea as well is also very interesting, especially with like some of the younger
people.
audiences. So like it's for me, I go back to the question of, am I becoming one of those people that were complaining about the use of synthesizers and autotune in pop music? Because they were around like back when Abracadabra was really hitting off.
Oh yeah.
People were complaining about autotune when like autotune wasn't even in that fucking song. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think this take really hinges on how seriously do you take the genre or not. Like, personally, I don't give a shit. Like, I just you know how I've always been very flavor of the month, where like you know group disbands, whatever it is. Let's move on to a new group. For me, all these youngins coming out right now, it's fun. They're having a good time. I understand the music's more westernized, whatever. But like, at the end of the day, if it makes me feel like I'm having a good time when I'm listening to it, like for instance, this new Hearts to Hearts joint, right? The style thing. I think that's a lot of fun. I don't really care to what extent it's western. Like that to me, I'm not thinking about that when I'm just perusing or enjoying. As long as it seems like they're having a good time. It seems like the companies are handling these kids somewhat ethically. I think it's like to me as more Western as it gets. Like I'm a big Cat's Eye person. Is it Western as shit? Of course, but can I still have fun? Yeah, I don't. So to me, sure, the charm of K-pop that what we remember back in the day is gone. But as the same thing with everything you like, it's not the old days anymore. Shit just moves on, so you just have to adjust.
I think there's a
View.
different charm now. Is what it is. And
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
the thing is also like you
charm
also have to
changed.
take this into consideration for me personally, where like if I go back and listen to K-pop in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was just doing everything Western pop was doing that was popular, and they gave it a ballady,
R&B.
right, trotty melody. This is all it is. It was from the very get-go very inspired by Western pop music. Because why? Western pop music happens to be the center of pop music overall in the world. Fuck yeah, like what America leads pop music. So
the weirdest thing for me is, you know how I'm pretty tuned into Korean variety scene?
Yeah.
I have this exact same take about like Korean variety at the moment, where I think it's so stale. Like it's so bad right now.
That is not.
I mean,
It's
charm
lost so
anymore?
much charm. Yeah. I don't know. But I don't think that's just a me take. That's like people in general who watch a lot of variety. I think it's the same people's stale shit.
I think that's
But that's not
the
what we're getting
popular
in K-pop.
opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, K-pop is different though.
Any more commentary about the second hot take of the day, folks? Going once, going twice, gone. All right, Doug, you ready for your hot take?
It's a take. I don't know if I agree with it, but we'll work it out. Let's go.
No, stand by your take.
Whoa, I just wanted to see something inflammatory. The
Okay.
Black Label is on pace to pass YG as one of the big four labels, SM, YG, JYP, and HYBE. Technically, you should add Starship in there because of how big IVE is. But, okay. Here's the reality of the situation. Black Label has hit it big this year in general, right? Now, Blackpink adjacent ISNA's doing okay. Meow is doing better than we projected. All Day Project has blown up. And Somi's getting more than one release this year, and they produced K-pop Demon Hunter songs, right?
True.
This is all very positive Black Label stuff in 2025. I think we could all agree on that. All good
yeah.
things that has happened to them.
Yeah.
In the meantime, for YG proper, you know, in like I would say 21's doing a tour, but they're not super YG at this point. Akmu's gone more indie lately. Chanyeong's doing his own thing. Winter's in a military era. Sure, Blackpink came back for the tour, but like it doesn't feel like original Blackpink. Treasure's kind of MIA, but Baby Monster's selling well, right? Like the big selling point of YG proper to me is Baby Monster sales. Although a lot of people aren't in love with their music, right? When you just compare them together, sure, Baby Monster selling more music, but if you thought of like, what's your view of Black Label right now, and what's your view of YG and their outlooks? To me, it looks like Blackpink has a brighter future right now. That's where I came up with this from.
Can I make it a little more inflammatory?
Sure, do it.
Why don't we just pick two of these? SM, HYBE, big two. Wrap it up there.
Whoa. I know. That's where we kind of are, really, in reality.
I think you addressed a lot of points about YG that I don't need to talk about. With JYP,
It's been a mess.
it's a little messy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, here's the thing: Day6 is doing great. Don't get me wrong. Stray Kids is doing
Yes.
amazing. Twice also
Yeah,
doing
of course,
amazing.
yeah.
Father Park over here is fucking doing Sunday service on YouTube.
Oh, first fruits.
First fruits, dude. That's
Fuck.
my shit.
Yeah.
My shit.
NMIX, as much as I love NMIX, and I think some of their music has been amazing, and I'm really excited for their first full-length album, I'm also aware that their numbers aren't there to back it up for their success. I will admit.
Okay.
ITZY has... We've already talked a lot about ITZY. I don't want to dive in too much there. And then you got this whole thing with Vitra. Like, it feels like JYP is also one of the weaker links of these bigger name label companies. And it almost feels like SM and HYBE, the scale of, you know, them launching things and, you know, activities compared to YG and JYP, I don't know. So it feels like if I had to make a tier list, which
Shit.
fucking
Do it.
Whoa.
People hate when we make tier lists.
I know.
Do it.
It's just, I don't know. I'm doing
Do it.
this.
Do it.
Subjecting myself to fucking hate train here. I think
SM and HYBE.
HYBE and SM at one level.
Okay.
And then you got YG, JYP, and then the Black Label on one level.
And where's Starship?
Oh,
About that
really?
level? Or lower?
I don't know. Don't get me there. I don't want to go there. Cube and Starship, I think, would be up for discussion somewhere near that tier, or maybe a tier below. I don't know.
But those companies typically have one giant artist, right? Those two companies for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
But like the argument becomes with
Okay.
with YG, like we got like how many big artists? You know what I mean? Like kind of going back to what you said.
Baymon's doing well.
Yeah, and so is Treasure to a certain
I-
degree. But yeah,
I guess my take. So based on Warren's graphic here, you would say there's similar levels already, right? At least in vibe,
yeah.
in principle. I think that's more of a testament to how well Teddy has. Here's the thing: this Teddy guy is the most mysterious man in K-pop. We all know this. I think he's been like cooking this shit up away from YG's eyes. It seems like, right? Like I know YG, they own 20% of the Black Label or something like that. But like, I think Teddy's like, let me show this fool how big I can make this shit by myself.
Whoa.
That's my honest opinion. I think he's
Damn.
trying to prove a point.
Look at this handsome man.
And honestly, like you may not like All Day Project because of some of the antics of Tarzan and his hairstyle decisions and things like that. But the reality is, this group has already hit virality in Korea, and it's just gonna get bigger as time goes on, right?
Hopefully.
I
need
think
to come
so.
back, I think.
And I think people even outside of Korea are starting to recognize, sure, this Tarzan man is problematic, but there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with the members of that group. I saw a comment recently in Korea is, who would have thought it would take one chaebol daughter to change the whole public's opinion of Shinsegae? That was like a comment I saw in a video, and it had like 4,000 upvotes. Hey, it was the number one comment on a TikTok with like 10 million views.
Okay, yeah, we'll see.
I don't know, dude. All I'm saying, not going into specific, it just feels like the Blackpink trajectory is doing very well at the moment. Way better and way earlier than people would think it would be.
I think this is a little early, but if I had to pick a label of the year, I think I would agree with you and put the Black Label there in that award. However, I think my little tier list aside, in order to be considered Big Four, I think you really need history. Like you need to have been successful at that level for multiple years. And the Black Label,
you want some pedigree.
Yes, I want some legacy. I want some resume level things. You know what I mean? Like,
So we're probably like 10 years out of there.
no,
right?
no, like 3 maybe. You know, like two.
So we're like a handful of day songs away, right? More or less.
Sure, maybe not even that long. Just like consistency would be great. Because
Okay.
if you look at, for example, Homie's trajectory, she's not going to get anything next year.
Right, that's all right.
That's
So you
the
know what?
one,
You know, I
the
guess-
one thing that brings down the argument.
I get what you're saying. No, she got more than one release this year. To be fair.
But the consistency, though, that's the...
Well, I'm just saying.
That's the thing.
If we get another 2 years of 2 releases going forward, then we're consistent now, right?
Hopefully.
If we got 6 title tracks in 3 years from Somi, that's fairly consistent relative to her peers.
I guess, but like I don't really want to
We're
include
hoping.
stuff
We're
like Ice
hoping.
Cream in that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. To be fair, this take is probably like 2 years from being like an actual good take. But I feel like if I'm an early investor, I'm like Tesla
right.
2018 right now. Like you got to dump the money in now because it's gonna go up. That's how I feel about this company.
man, watch out
And it's
for the Black
crazy.
Label IPO.
Because 1 year ago we were talking so much shit about Teddy, and now he's completely redeemed himself for me personally
In
lately.
the work.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've always loved Teddy. I'm a big fan of his work.
Hey, I don't know. Here's the thing. Like, here's the problem with both Meow. Like, here's my real take about Black Label and Meow. I like the hype more than I actually like the music. Like, I like the vibes. I like the vibes of what the company represents and how we're presenting it and the way we're going about business more than the actual music so far. But
Dang.
Okay. Let's wrap it up. We had 3 hot takes today. I think it's fair to say that I don't expect the law to change over K-pop anytime soon, but I had one about album production, and then Anita had one about K-pop of the genre going to
Are
the
we
West.
getting old? It seems like there was the
Yeah.
summary of that one.
And then we had one about how much Teddy is just a
Do we
very
trust this man?
handsome man. Look at his eyes, just deep.
I mean, he's a
brown
good-looking
eyes.
dude.
I
He
like
just
his
always
eyes.
wears hoodies,
Okay. Very scrolling.
All right.
If you want your hot
Very
takes to be
good.
featured on next week's episode of Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop, come to the Discord, leave a little message. Don't forget to tag Hot Take Herald, because otherwise I don't know if you're submitting or just dropping something in the chat. You know what I mean? Like, you got to tag it in order for me to know. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you want to keep yourself anonymous, personally DM it to me, and I will make sure Doug and Anita don't know who you are. And you know what I mean? Like, I will...
Yeah. Like, drop the take. Mid-tier extinction's a good thing. That'd be a take. Okay,
Oh.
that's a good
Oh.
take, actually.
Damn.
Well, yeah, I'm just giving you some ideas, guys. That might be a fun one. Hey, this has been Soju Talk. We'll see you guys next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye. And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Incoming Snail, Liam's Games and Toys, Natalie, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. Thank you, really.